We've been discussing Saudi Arabia did lead a coalition to try and defeat the Houthis several years ago, but in 2018 was forced to abandon that operation due to international pressure, notably from the Biden administration. Well, let's get the view from the Gulf. Bastien Bory joins us now from Dubai. So, Bastien, I mean, the Houthis are also a sworn enemy of Saudi Arabia. They have attacked them in the past. Is Riyadh likely to help, if not Israel directly, but also the United States to defeat or at least weaken the Houthis?
It's pretty unlikely that the Saudis will be helpful to Israel in the coming weeks. The Saudis are waiting for the US or even China to solve this problem because Riyadh needs to protect its peace agreements with the Houthis and the Iranians. Let's not forget, as you said, that a few years ago the Saudis and Emiratis were already bombing Yemen, blockading the country to counter the advance of these Houthis and trying to pacify the Gulf region to satisfy its economic ambitions at the cost of tens of thousands of Yemeni civilians killed. Besides, Saudi Arabia and the UAE are seeing how relatively ineffective the US and UK and now Israeli military involvement are in the Red Sea. These strikes today and in the last few days are doing very little to actually weaken the Houthis because much of their weapons are hidden underground and are pretty much out of danger to such an extent that US and Israeli military analysts are having a hard time finding relevant sites to target.
Nevertheless, they are making a lot of enemies, not just with their attacks on Israel, but also their attacks on international shipping and commerce. They're causing Egypt a lot of problems, for example. And what do they want exactly?
In many ways, the war is a good thing for the Houthis because being targeted by the US and now by Israel makes them visible to the world. In the past, they've already shown themselves by overthrowing the official government of Yemen. Then, in the 2010s, they fought off with some success a military intervention and a long Saudi campaign supported by the USA, which left tens of thousands dead on the ground. And now, these Houthis need even more visibility and legitimacy to govern Yemen, or at least the areas of Yemen they control. And that's exactly what they're doing right now, because they're not just Iran's proxies, they've got their own political agenda, and they know that these Israeli strikes tonight are far more complex to carry out than those on Lebanon, for instance, given the distance and given the difficulty of the terrain in this southern part of the Arabian Peninsula, where American and Israeli intelligence are less competent. So this increases the Houthis' ability to cause trouble and may even enable them tomorrow, maybe, to ask the US to recognize them as the legitimate authority in Yemen.
Bastien, thank you very much. Bastien Bory there over in Dubai.